Hi, LaDonna. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. How are you today? So, I think you've been on my pages enough, you know how I work. But don't forget, this is not an exact science. They're going to show me pictures. They'll talk to me, but they're going to show me pictures, and I have to interpret what they're trying to show me, like spiritual charades. I make sure everybody knows I stink at names. So if he mentions a name, if I say John, it might be a male with a J or a J-O name. It may not be the exact name, so don't poo-poo the whole reading for that. So we're going to see what your brother Chris has to say. And he's saying he's calling himself a wannabe biker, a wannabe. And he said he never felt like he said he wasn't a real biker. Not like Leathers and Harleys, and not like the I'm hearing Dukes of Hazzard. That has nothing to do with motorcycles. I have a Harley myself. I don't know what Dukes of Hazzard was. He says, again, he says a wannabe biker. Didn't quite hang out in the joints that the rough and tough, what he considers a Hell's Angel type biker. There's Harley riders like me, and then there's Hell's Angels. Actually, I've met quite a few of them in Sturgis, and they're pretty nice people. They're not as scary as they come across. Okay, I asked him about your younger daughter, and he's showing himself, and he crawls in bed with her. He actually lays, okay, the picture he's showing me, he's actually crawling into the bed, and he's laying down, and he's curled up a little bit, kind of the fetal position, but not quite, you know, where he's kind of sort of curled up around her, but not really right up next to her. So don't get freaked out. And he's showing me as she's laying on her back, he takes his finger up above her up above her face. She's laying flat on her back. I can't do it. And he's kind of it's like the end of his finger lights up like a little tiny flashlight, and that's his energy. When we leave this earth, we leave this heavy, thick body behind. Inside, even right now, you are all energy. Everything is energy. A rock has energy. It's just a slower moving energy. We have a higher vibrating energy. Angels and guides, they have a really high vibrating energy. Just because a rock has a rock shell and we have this shell, everything still has energy in it. If I explain that where you can understand it. So he's using his energy because he really doesn't have a tip of a finger. And it's like a bright little light, and he's playing with her, not teasing her, but she's mesmerized by it. So see if she says anything. Don't prod her, don't lead her on. See if she says anything about a little light. It's almost blinding. You might have to ask him to tone it down a little bit, because it'd be really bright in the dark. It's a little like the end of your finger big. And she interacts with him. Little kids and animals see them, sense them, know them. Little kids will do that. If you can remember for enough fact, you probably had an imaginary friend. They were real. And our parents told us, no, you can't There is no such thing. Yeah, there is. So, if somebody doesn't shut her down, this newer generation coming up, people are not shutting them down like I was shut down when I got a little older. That I'm getting in trouble for talking about my imaginary friend. My daughter used to follow hers around. She used to follow it out the door, which scared me. So as long as you don't tell her that's not real, stop talking about that. Go to bed, shut the hell up, because she's talking to him, which is their quiet time when she's away from everybody else. She talks to him as they're laying there. She's not calling him Uncle Chris, she's calling him Uncle C, like the letter C or something close to that. Don't forget, I stink at names. I need to quit saying that. I'm probably making it worse. She calls him Unky, Unky C or something like that. She wants to say, look, Mommy, he's right there. Look, see my friend. He's right there. Look. And you're probably not going to see him, but she does. She feels very sweet, even though for a 2-year-old she's probably going 100 miles an hour, she feels very sweet, very soft, very calm as far as inside, even though her outside 2-year-old is probably driving you bonkers. She's even showing laying on her back and picking up a book, and he's still laying there. And he's laying on her left side. Sometimes that makes a difference. And she holds up a book. And as she looks at the book, she turns it towards him and says, see, and points at stuff in the book, like as if, like maybe when you read to her, you point at stuff and name off what it is or something. She's turning it to him and pointing and going, see? So you might listen and see if you hear her say, see. I don't think he stays very long because she's showing him kind of going to the window and going out, kind of like Peter Pan, kind of taking off out the window like Peter Pan used to. He says, I tell her she has to stay here. He says, it is my Never Never Land because he said it should be, what? It should be called Foreverland instead of Never Never Land. It's Foreverland where I go. He's showing me what looks like a Great Dane. And if it's not, it looks like a Great Dane. Actually, my girlfriend has a spotted Great Dane, which I've never seen before, and I'm seeing one like hers, so I don't know if they're just referencing her dog, showing me him, or if this Great Dane was actually spotted. Now, oh, I don't know if I can describe this one because it looks like a mutt. Okay, now he's showing me a man in full fireman's uniform, like as if he was physically just been in a house that was on fire. And this dog is white with a lot of brown on it. It's a medium-sized dog. Got a lot of white. Got a lot of white down here. I might have said that backwards. He's got a lot of white, but he's got some brown on him. Kind of comes down. A little bit of brown comes down here. His ears lay down, kind of. They don't stand up. He looks similar to a Jack Russell, but not even, because the hair's slick, so I probably shouldn't even say Jack Russell, but this fireman is bent over, and the dog lifts up his paw, and they're shaking hands. So I don't know what this image is for, so hopefully it's something you understand. And a lot of times I've noticed in my readings lately, if it's something you don't understand now, you'll remember it later, or you'll see it later, or somebody in your family, somebody you know will validate it and go, oh, I know what that is. And they're kind of reaching their fingers out to other people lately through my readings. This man's bent, he's still showing me, he's on his knees, he's practically got his face on the ground. He's down there looking right at this dog's level as he's down on the ground, and he's shaking. They're shaking. So they want you to know, whoever this man is in full gear and this dog are with him. Unless Chris was a fireman, because the guy's been over with the full hard hat, fireman hat, with his face down. I can't see who it is. But I think he appears older than Chris. I can't be 100%, and I won't make anything fit. So and I'm sorry, I hope my voice isn't crackling on here, because I've had a lot of trouble with my computer lately, and I haven't had a chance to take it back to the shop because I've got work to do. So I'm going to limp through a few more days and then get it fixed. Hopefully. He's talking about a girl. He says somebody that captured his heart, the one that got away. I should have listened. I was bullheaded. She was sharp. Some of my family didn't like her. But she's the one that got away. So whoever this girl is, he's acknowledging her. He says they kept a lot of it a secret. A lot of the stuff a secret. And he's not going to tell it now. Now he's mentioning a skateboard. So I don't know if he's referring to some kind of memory, but I don't know if it's a memory of skateboarding with you, or maybe skateboarding with your older daughter. Or somebody like that. He says he worked hard for his money. What little money there was. He wants you to know that he honestly doesn't care. Actually, it says he doesn't give a shit what people did with his stuff once he wasn't here anymore. He said, so don't be mad at anybody. He says, because it really doesn't matter to me what they did with it. Now he says, on to your other daughter. Okay, he's showing your older daughter in a bedroom and sitting like on a round stool or something, which may not even be there, but that's what they're showing. It doesn't look like an angel, but it feels angelic. Must be a guide. And have you ever seen that statue? What's the statue called? The Thinker, I think. You know, where he's sitting like this, and I think he has his elbow on his knee. And that's the way this angelic being is looking. Feels very quiet. But whoever this angelic creature is, I shouldn't call him creature, being is, they are always with your daughter. Always. And we go through life. Everybody thinks they have just like one guardian angel when you're born and it stays with you till you die. I think there might be one that does that, but we have such a continual turnover of guides that help us throughout our life, and they may help us. We may have a guide for a joy guide. I need to write down the different kinds of guides, because there are different ones to help with different areas in your life. Like say you have a joy guide, and that one may be okay for a while, and then something happens in your life, or you progress or something, and then another one steps in. You've got dozens. But he's only showing this one right now. But there's plenty more. He wants you. Okay, he says the reason I mentioned Joy Guide is because he wants you to ask her Joy Guide and Archangel Raphael, who is the healing archangel, to step forward a little stronger. Oh, he says she needs a new Joy Guide. She needs a new Joy Guide, okay? And we're going to ask this one. I've had some wussy guides too, and I've asked them, please, you're not strong enough for me because I need a lot more with what I do. Please step away and bring me another one, a stronger one. He says she needs one that's a hot potato. She needs one that's a hot potato. I'm not sure what he means by that. Strong one. Okay, he's showing me. I don't know if she lives with you or what. He's showing me what I do is I take gallon milk jugs, I set it outside under the full moon. I know, sounds a little witchy, but it's not. I call it my full moon healing water. Then I put it in little spritz bottles. So when I can't sage or I use it along with my sage, it's my way of adding a little something to the sage. You can put some essential oils in here, I drop a piece or two of sage in there. I don't know why. It's probably going to plug it up. Um, and you just spritz it. I spray it in my husband's chair all the time because he's so negative. And I'm not kidding you, his mood has changed immensely since I started doing this. So if you can, and he's showing me her bedroom, so that's probably where she spends most of her time thinking. So, oh, he's okay. So spray it in there. Do it. If she lives with you, do it every day. And if you think that she'll do it herself, give her, these bottles cost like $1, well, maybe 50 cents. Make her one, make you one. The full moon will be another, what is today? It's usually on my calendar and I don't even see it. Ah, that's weird. Oh, maybe I got a new calendar. Anyway, it should be in a week or so. He started to say something and now I lost it. I'm still babbling. Okay, he's showing taking the bottle and spritzing it up in the air above your head and letting the little droplets fall on you. Oh, he's asking me to do something and it doesn't need to be done out loud. There's a very strong there's a grandfather type figure that hangs around in her room. And I always say grandfather type because the elderly man next door can feel more like a grandfather to you than your blood grandfather that lives across the country. So this man has a feeling of a grandfather, very crotchety, cranky old man, very kind of demeaning. You need to tell me whether you want this man to leave or not. When I go to houses and cleanse, it's I can find all kinds of spirits and people or spirits that aren't supposed to be there. But if there's grandparents there, we usually end up leaving them there because they're pretty good protection. Now this he's really strong. He's not skinny, but he's not obese. He's kind of thick. Can't tell what he's dressed in. So anyway, if you had a grandfather and he was a cranky old fart and said things that always hurt your feelings, then maybe we should ask him to leave. And you can. You can tell him to leave. If that's who it is, just tell him get the hell out. They're supposed to have to mind what you say. Because if you can sage her room. I just got done doing that with my grandson this morning. Took my full moon water and a pan of soap and cleaned some stuff in his room with the full moon water and soap and saged and put some crystals in his room. And he says, and I haven't done this for a while, and put salt around doors and windows. He seems to think it'll help lighten her mood. Then when you do that, even if you just spray the water, Okay. You also need, if you ask negative things to leave, you also need to ask the angels, the guides, the white light, whatever you want to call it, to fill the room. Fill the room. He says he's come up and he's showing my right ear, which I know some of these videos look backwards. And he comes up behind you and he blows on your ear. So you'll feel like, you know, if I take my hand and do that, I can barely feel it on the back of your ear. But he's on the back of your ear. I don't know how strong you're going to feel it because everybody feels energy different. Something about touching your hair. Again, I can't see you now. I don't. Now you got to come back and do it again. It's almost like he's trying to make a little ringlet or something. But he's touching your hair. I don't know how long your hair is, but it's more like he's twirling it. You know how some people play with their hair and they just twirl it and twirl it. And he's mentioning going to the lake. Going to the lake. Sometimes I'll just throw stuff out. And there were happy times. Going to the lake, there were happy times. I believe he's putting them together. I'm watching you. I'm watching out for you. Talk to me. I can hear you. Tell me what it is you want me to do. But allow me to stay in there and protect the little one. I want you to watch the movie Ghost. I don't know why, because he really hasn't shown me anything that out of the movie Ghost, you know, that I can associate that with. But he wants you to watch the movie Ghost. He says, trust that I am with you. He said he hasn't left you a lot of signs, but he's going to blow on the back of your ear because he's already interacting with your daughter. There's an ant with him too. An ant. And he makes me feel like she kind of was the life of the party. He says there's many more with me up here. Some you wouldn't even think of. But I don't think he's not going to mention them. And he like unrolls like a scroll and he says, there's a whole list. There's a whole bunch of them on this list, long list. He's trying to call you a nickname and it sounds like Pebbles. Now, nicknames fall in the same category as names for me. I don't know why. I wish my guides would work on this stuff with me. So, did he have a nickname for you that at least started with a P, or maybe sounded like pebbles, or maybe had that many letters in it, you know, with a P or something? All right, he says sometimes, you know how you can feel somebody staring at you from across the room, and you turn around, you feel that? He says you feel him behind you like that, and that you kind of get creeped out, kind of get the heebie-jeebies, because you feel like somebody's watching you when you're sitting in your house from behind. He said it's just him. He says, don't be scared of him. Just when you feel that, like if you're sitting in your house alone and you feel like there's nobody here. I hope I'm not whispering too low. You feel like somebody's behind you, start talking to him. Somebody's birthday is coming up just real quick. Real quick. He's acknowledging that. I heard him say May 15th. I don't know what that had to do with anything, because that was a couple months ago. He says, okay. He's leaving. So you're gonna get most of your signs and things through your daughter, your younger daughter. So like I said, don't push her. Just allow it to flow. Allow it to happen. It is happening. And sometimes he even sits on the floor and plays with the little doll with her. So you could possibly find this doll moved. It's harder for them to move solid objects. Okay, he's waving at you. He says, I gotta go. Know that I'm always with you. And keeping an eye on the little one for you. He wants to make sure we call on Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, to help with your other daughter. He says, I've got this. I got this, sis. He's talking about something scratchy. But I feel like it's a nickname for somebody. Nickname Scratchy. Okay. He's leaving. So, I hope this helped you, my dear. And I hope you have a great day. And thanks for trusting me with your loved one. See you later. Don't forget to stay on the Constant Connections page. Oh, good grief. These new teeth just give me hell. Constant Connections page. And join in on our stuff. It's free. Love you. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor.